You are currently the only person in this conference.
Hello, good morning. Sorry for the small glitch in the live. Thank you all for joining me here today. Welcome to Buddi Academy. I am Mrs. Jyothi, the English coach here. So we are going to see a lot about vocabulary today. What is vocabulary? Vocabulary is all about words. It's the number of words a person knows. The words in a language or a special set of words you're trying to learn. Vocabulary is so important to have a good control over the use of language, any language for that matter. When learning a foreign language, our individual vocabulary in that language is one of the most important micro skills to develop. Of course, all micro skills like grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation are important. But it is far more difficult to communicate with no vocabulary than with no grammar. So, what is vocabulary? It's the words that we know in a particular language. See, when babies start talking, they start talking with limited number of words. Initially, they will start with like amma, appa, or want, aduve no, iduve no. So they start with looking at the parents. They start by looking at the parents or grandparents or sisters or brothers. They look and learn. That is how they learn, babies, right? So in order to learn more words in a particular language, all you have to do is keep the language in practice all the time. You have to read more about the language, read more in the language. You have to write more. You have to listen more. Listen to the language more enough that you grasp new words. When you hear a new word, when you come across a new word, all you have to do is keep that in mind and find out what is the usage of the word in that particular context. So that is how you increase the vocabulary. The more number of words you know in a particular language, the more confidence you get to talk that language fluently. So you don't have to sit and think what is that word that comes across to mention, like receive, or give, or want, or go. So all these different words. You don't have to sit and think what will that word be for this, and you don't have to think in your native language about the word that you're going to use in that particular sentence. When you start thinking about the word in English language, you will start getting more confidence to start speaking the language. Okay, so when learning a foreign language, our individual vocabulary is in that language is one of the most important skills. Of course, knowing grammar is very important, but when you know more words, even if you make small mistakes in grammar, that doesn't matter. But the more words you know, you will be able to talk the language more confidently and more fluently. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Active and passive vocabulary. In our own individual vocabulary, there is a difference between words that we understand and use. That's active vocabulary. And words we understand but we do not or cannot use. That is passive vocabulary. So everybody in any language, even in our Tamil language or somebody else's mother tongue, maybe Malayalam, Hindi or any other language, there will be a set of words which you use in everyday usage. You talk more with using those words. But when it comes to writing or reading in that language, in that particular, you read a book or you listen to the news, maybe they will use some words which you don't use every day in your within your family circle or within your friends. So those kinds of words which you do not use are passive vocabulary words, and those kind of words which we use every day, they are active vocabulary words. So this is true for even native speakers. Native speakers are people who speak that particular language predominantly. Like Tamil is our native language here in Tamil Nadu. So we are native speakers of the language Tamil Nadu. So this is true for native speakers as well as for learners. In your own language, there are many words that you use regularly when speaking or writing. These words are part of your active vocabulary. And there are many words that you do not use or do not understand when you hear them on television, for example, but do not use in everyday speech. These words are part of your passive vocabulary. As I said, there are different. The difference between active and the passive is the active is we use it every day. We understand it pretty clearly. We don't have to think what it is about. But passive is sometimes we may come across some maybe in Tamil you are reading Tamil grammar or Ilakkanam. Adula vandu you will find some words which you don't understand. Maybe your Tamil teacher might have to help you understand it, or you have to look into deeper about understanding that particular word. The same thing with English. There are a lot of words, simple words that we come across. We use it every day. But in different vocabularical way, you will have different words for the same meaning, but you will not use it every day. But it is good to use those better words in speaking. So, vocabulary increases your confidence in speaking the language. If you know a lot of words, then communicating in that language becomes much more easier and fluent. Today, we are going to see some new words for your English vocabulary. These are like words which have the same meaning, but we may not use it in a common language, common everyday use. So when we have these words handy, when you know about it already, but you can start using it in everyday language. So the first word that we're going to see today is happy. Happy is such a very simple word. Here are the words that you can use instead of happy. So you can say, I am happy. But instead of using happy, these are the words that you can use differently. You can use delighted. You can use excited. You can use cheerful. You can use pleased. You can use ecstatic. You can use on cloud 9. So these are all words which mean happy. But when you use a different word instead of happy, it shows that you have a better knowledge of that language. You can say, I am happy. It just means I'm happy. But when you say, I am so delighted, that means you're more than happy. So you can use the word, I am so delighted. You're like very happy. Excited. I am excited to see the movie. You can also say, I'm happy to see the movie. But when you say, I am excited to see the movie, it gives a little bit more predominance, importance. Cheerful. The dog is so cheerful. Babies, when you see babies, they're always cheerful, right? You can say the baby is a happy baby, but you can say the baby is a cheerful baby instead of saying happy. Pleased. I am so pleased to see you. Instead of saying I'm happy to see you, you can say I am so pleased to see you when you meet somebody. On cloud 9. I got the job, I am on cloud 9. It's something that people here in India or you don't use. In America, people use this word a lot, on cloud 9. It means that you're so happy that they got something, or I'm ecstatic. So ecstatic is also the same thing. I am so ecstatic that I got first rank. when you got your first rank in school, when you get a new job, you can say, I'm ecstatic I got a new job. I'm ecstatic I got first rank. So instead of saying happy, these are the words that you can use: delighted, excited, cheerful, pleased, cloud nine, ecstatic. I'm just giving you a few of these examples. There are even more words if you can find out. If you read a lot, you can come up with even more better words to use instead of happy. The next one we're going to see is sad. Down. The first word instead of sad that you can use is down. Depressed, miserable, unhappy. You can also say, I am sad, or you can say, I am down. My dog is sick, I feel so down. So when you can just say, I am sad, my dog is sick, I am sad. But you can also, instead of saying sad, I can say, my dog is sick, I feel so down. Depressed. I am so depressed, I feel like sleeping all the time. When you're sad, you can just say, I'm so sad, I want to keep sleeping. But you can, instead of saying sad, you can use the word, I am depressed, I feel like sleeping all the time. Miserable is another word that you can use instead of sad. I am miserable after my dad passed away. Miserable is a little bit higher version of being sad. Unhappy. I'm so unhappy I could just cry all day. So down, depressed, miserable, unhappy. All these are words that you can use instead of sad. So this is what vocabulary is about. Same meaning, but different words. So same synonym, different words. So the more words you know about sad, you can use it in different areas. The next word we're going to see is beautiful. Beautiful is another word which has a lot of other different synonyms. Super cute, attractive, pretty, lovely, charming, delightful, ravishing, alluring. All these are different words which you can use instead of beautiful. First one is super cute. Your puppy is super cute. You can just say your puppy is beautiful, or you can just say your puppy is lovely. But instead of that, you can say your puppy is super cute. Attractive. What an attractive flower. You can say what a beautiful flower, but when you say what an attractive flower, it gives a little bit of more importance to that flower. Pretty. The butterfly is very pretty. Lovely. It was a lovely movie. Charming. She is a charming baby. Delightful. You have a delightful puppy. Ravishing. The sunset is so ravishing. Ravishing is like something that you cannot take your eyes off. Beautiful is just beautiful. You want to give more importance to that word, more importance to that sunset. Then you're saying the sunset is so ravishing. You cannot stop looking at it. That's how it means. That's what it means. Alluring. The beauty of the Taj Mahal is alluring. Instead of saying Taj Mahal is beautiful, you can just say, you can also say the beauty of the Taj Mahal is alluring. So when you use words like these, super cute, attractive, pretty, lovely, charming, delightful, ravishing, alluring, when you use these in your everyday conversations, everyday discussions with your family or with your friends, they will probably think, oh, this person knows a lot more into vocabulary. They know a lot about English. So that is how you show, you portray what you know in English. So the more words you know, the better it is to communicate in English. Okay, now let's look at some words which can be used instead of very. We all have heard about words with very in it. Very important, very happy, very sad, very tired. Any adjective, you can put any adjective with a very, it means that a little bit more, right? So the first word is very simple. Instead of saying very simple, the movie is very simple, or the essay is very simple. If you written an essay, the teacher will say the essay is very simple. You need to do more work for it. She can also say the essay is basic. Very simple. Just one word for very simple. You can use basic. The next word, very fast. Walk. So when someone says, please walk very fast, you can also say, please walk briskly. Briskly. Instead of saying very fast, you can say brisk. Please walk briskly. Very slow. That can be snail's pace. You are walking very slowly. Instead of saying very slowly, you can say you're walking at snail's pace. What is, you all know what a snail is, right? It goes very, very slowly. So when you want to say very slow, you can say, don't walk at snail's pace, walk fast. Okay? Very necessary. Very necessary. Something is of importance. That you can change it with essential. Very necessary can be essential. Very lazy, indolent. Very lazy is indolent. Very cute, adorable. You can say very cute. The baby is very cute, or the baby is adorable. Adorable. Very nervous, panicky. Don't be very nervous. Don't be panicky. Very intelligent, brilliant. You can say very intelligent. She is a very intelligent girl. Or you can also say she is a brilliant girl. Very loud. Very loud is boisterous. Boisterous is meaning it the mic is very loud, or the song is very loud, or the music in the party is very loud. So you can say boisterous. Very smart, intelligent. Very angry is frustrated. Very sad is depressed. We saw sad earlier. So very sad is depressed. Very angry is furious. Very detailed is intricate. Very eager, keen. Very crowded, bustling. So instead of saying very happy, very simple, very slow, very fast, very hungry, very sleepy, very tired, instead of using very, there are better words. These are better words. When you use these kinds of words, basic, brisk, sensual, adorable, panicky, brilliant, boisterous, these words will make the other person who is listening to your language, or if you use it in your writing, when you're writing essays or when you're writing letters, instead of using words with very simple, with very, you can use these different words which will look more better, and will give the impression that you know a lot more vocabulary or a lot more words in that particular language. So it is always better to get to know more words. And if you don't know, if you come across a new word, you don't know what the meaning is, it's always good to go to a dictionary, check the meaning of the word, and keep it in your memory. Okay, now let's move on to some other interesting topic with words. Okay, here are some words which have the same meaning but used in different ways. So English is a very tricky, sometimes funny language. We have different words but which give the same meaning. So here we're going to look at words used differently in a formal setting and in an informal setting. Okay, the first word that I'm going to show here is tell. Tell your parents to come to school tomorrow. This is a word tell, where the teacher would tell you to bring your parents to school tomorrow. Tell your parents to come to school tomorrow. This is more informal. It is like you are, the teacher is more friendly to you. So she tells you, tell your parents to come to school tomorrow. This is inform. Kindly inform your parents to come to school tomorrow. It could be the principal, or it could be the vice principal, or it could be the school admin or somebody. They will tell you, kindly inform your parents. Tell and inform. They both have the same meaning. Tell and inform. They both have the same meaning. But when you say tell, it is in a more informal way. But when you say inform, it is in a more formal way. Kindly inform your parents to come to school tomorrow. This is more formal. The next one, need and request. Need is I need 1,000 rupees. So you can ask your daddy or mummy. You can say I need 1,000 rupees. That is more informal way. You don't need respect or formality to talk to your parents. So you would just say I need 1,000 rupees. Request. I request you to lend me 1,000 rupees. This way you are asking for 1,000 rupees, but you're giving the person, you're requesting it. You are talking to somebody who maybe you don't know, or you give respect to them, or you're asking in your office, or asking your friend or something like that. So I request you to lend me 1,000 rupees. Again, need, request, they are both the same meaning, but when you say need, it is in a more informal way. When you say request, it's more respectable way. Give, provide, same thing. Give me the correct address. You are talking to somebody who you know, maybe your friend or your brother or your sister. You're telling them, give me the correct address. But when you're talking to a person of respect, a person in your office, or somebody up here, to them you would say, please provide me the correct address. So give and provide, again, same meaning, but gives a more respectable impression. When you say, please provide me the correct address, it gives more respectable way of saying it. Again, next one is get, receive. You will get the salary in 2 days. Receive, you will receive the salary in 2 days. So you will get the salary, maybe your manager or somebody, maybe the manager or somebody is your friend. If he is your friend, you will say to him, you will get the salary in 2 days. But here the manager, when the manager says you will receive the salary in 2 days, it's the same meaning. But when you say receive, it gives a little bit more formality in the conversation. It gives more respect in the conversation. So whenever you want to respect people, whenever you want to show respect for the act that you want to do, you will use words like receive. Next is check and verify. If you got the letter, kindly verify if you received the letter. See here, I used receive here again. Kindly verify if you received the letter. Instead of saying verify if you got the letter, you can say kindly verify if you received the letter. So check and verify. Check is a more informal way. Verify is a more formal way. Ask, inquire. I want to ask you something. Inquire, I would like to inquire about something. So ask and inquire, same meaning. Both are trying to find out something from another person. But when you ask for something, you are asking more informal way. Inquire, you are asking more formal way. I would like to inquire about something. Sorry, hey, sorry for the mistake. When you say sorry for the mistake, you are saying to your friend, or saying sorry to your brother or your sister or your mom or your dad. But when you say apologize, I apologize for my mistake, sir or ma'am. When you go to your school or your office or anywhere, you would say, I apologize for my mistake. You don't say sorry, I'm sorry. You can say I'm sorry to your teacher, but when you say apologize, that is a little bit more important word. So get, receive, check, verify, ask, inquire. sorry, apologize. So this is the coolest part of vocabulary. There are different words which have the same meaning, but the usage differs from place to place and person to person. So instead of using the same words, if we start using different words, it gives more importance to the language, and it gives an impression that you know the language pretty well. Okay, these are some of the examples that here I'm going to show you. These are some of the examples where two different words are used to explain the same thing but in two different environments. These are homophones. The next part of vocabulary that we're going to see today is homophones. These are some of the examples where two different words are used to explain the same thing but in two different environments. Words are very interesting. The deeper we get into the English vocabulary, the better it is for communicating English fluently. Let us look at homophones now. Okay, homophones are like twins. Homophones are interesting words. There are words that have different meanings, different spellings, but sounds the same. The first one are sun, as in S-O-N, and the next word is S-U-N. They sound the same. Sun, sun. But sun is a magan, right? Son is for a father. The son is son of a father or son of a parent. The next sun is the sun that rises in the morning. So the two, we say sun for this and sun for this, but the meaning is completely different, right? The spelling is different, S-O-N, the S-U-N, the meaning is totally different, but the sound is similar. The next one is pear, pear. You call it both pear. P-E-A-R is the fruit pear. P-A-I-R is the couple pair. Like I have a pair of scissors. I have a pair of pencils. Like when you have two things, you call it a pair. P-E-A-R is the fruit pear that we eat, right? So they're both pairs, but when you write P-E-A-R about the fruit, when you're talking about fruits, you write P-E-A-R, and when you're talking about a couple or a truth, when you talk about two things, it's P-A-I-R. So you have to be very, very careful. The sounds are the same. So where you use which is the most important part. So you have to know it really, really well. So when you write it down, you have to write the exact correct words at that particular place. Blue, blue. B-L-U-E is the color blue. B-L-E-W is the word which you use to, like, it's the past tense of blow, blowing air in a balloon. So I blew the balloon, I blew air in the balloon, or I blew the flower away, or I blew the butterfly away. So blue, blue. They are both blues. You say blue, but you have to use it correctly at the right area. This is the color blue, and this is B-L-E-W as in blowing, blowing, past tense of blue. Deer, deer. Deer is the animal in the forest, and dear is like when you call somebody very dear to you. My dear son or my dear friend, that dear. A lot of people here in India, deer is pronounced as deer. A lot of people pronounce deer as deer, but it's actually deer. Deer, deer. D-E-E-R, the animal deer. D-E-E-R, the animal deer. D-E-A-R, the dear friend. When you call a dear friend, or when you call dear mom, dear dad, dear son, that dear. Next one, here, here. Here is H-E-R-E. Here is as in inget, inget. This here, there, that kind of here. And this here is listening. H-E-A-R, hearing through your ears. It's the same sound here, here. But when you use it in places, I am hearing music. That's when you use HEAR. When you're saying I am here at your house, that here is HERE. So this is a very tricky part of English language. Some words like these, they are called homophones. They have same sound but different meaning and different spellings. Sun, S-U-N, sun. Pear, P-E-A-R, pear, P-A-I-R, pear. B-L-U-E, blue, B-L-E-W, blue. D-E-E-R, deer, D-E-A-R. H-E-R-E, H-E-A-R. So these are few. I have few more words like that. Bye, B-Y-E, bye. B-U-Y, bye. This is saying goodbye. This is saying goodbye. This one, B-U-Y, is buying something from the market or store. So this is also buy. This is also buy. So you have to be very careful in writing it, because this is when you can also say buy. You can also say buy, but when you write it down, that is where you have to make the difference. Is goodbye, G-O-O-D-B-Y-E instead of B-Y-E. A lot of people make the mistake, they would put B-U-Y because it sounds the same, but there is a lot of difference in the meaning. Hair, H-A-I-R, hair, H-A-R-E, hair. H-A-I-R is our hair, right? H-A-R-E is the rabbit in the forest. So this is hair, this is also hair. So you should know where to use this hair and where to use this hair. Fair, same thing, fair. And this is also fair. This fare is the amount, like how much is the auto fare or how much is the cab fare, that amount. This is fair. You can say this fare is fair, like a fair skin, or you have a very fair skin. Fair is bright, you can say bright, or you can also say fair. This fair has two meanings. One is fair as in bright, the other fair is as in being correct. So this fair has two different meanings. Even though it is the same spelling, same sound, it has two different meanings. One is being correct and the other one is being fair as in bright, bright skin, fair complexion, that kind of fair. So fair and fair, not and not. This is N-O-T, not. I am not coming. When you want to negate, when you don't want to do something, I don't want to do. I am not coming to the park. I am not eating. I am not sleeping. This not, K-N-O-T. The spelling is different here. You add the K, but the K is silent. So you would say not again for this. Only thing is, this is like a knot in a string. Right? The knot in a string, or the knot in your hair, or anywhere, wherever you find strings, that kind of knot. You tying. So knot, K-N-O-T, knot. They are both knots. Hole and hole. This is H-O-L-E, hole, as a big otak. It's a hole, right? Hole in your shirt or in your pants or trousers or dress, that's a hole. And this hole is complete, full. I ate a whole pizza. That means you ate a whole pizza, full pizza. So this hole is complete or finished or big or something like that. So this hole is otak. So buy, hair, fair, not, whole. Same sound, different meanings. So these are some of the examples of homophones. Homophones are twins, almost twins. They look different, but they sound the same sound. So you have to make sure which is the word that you're going to use in that correct area of writing. Okay, now we came to know all about the words here, right? Different words, usage of different words, usage of better words, newer words. But how do we develop the knowledge of new words? How do we do it? How do we increase our vocabulary? The more we use these words, the more confident you get. The more you know about these words, the more confident you get. So how do we increase it? First is reading. Anything you sit and read every day. You can read a newspaper, you can read a book, you can read a textbook, you can read a storybook, you can read anything, any different kinds of books or newspaper. I would suggest newspaper is the best part. Newspaper is very good. You don't have to go look around for books or any books or library or anything. Newspaper is the best way to read. Get the newspaper every day. Take a portion of it. 10 minutes or 15 minutes of your time in the morning or in the evening, anytime you pick. Sit and read the newspaper. You pick a portion, an article, whichever this impresses you. You may like sports, you can read sports. You may like politics, you can read politics. Or if you like education, look around something where there is an educational part, or something for kids. Kids these days, they have a lot of different games and stuff in the newspaper. So you can read that. Anything which interests you. But you have to read. When you sit and read the newspaper, you will definitely come across new words. Even me, I still learn new words. Somewhere when I come across new words, that is what I do is I don't go to the dictionary and find out about it. Right now, it's the age of Google, right? So all you have to do is pick up your laptop or your tab or your phone, go to Google. Dictionary is available in the Google. Thesaurus is available. All you do is go type in the new word that you found out when you're reading, and you note down the new word and find the meaning of the word and keep it in your memory. So that is how you learn new words. Reading gives you brings you to the knowledge of new words. A lot of new words are available in the newspapers. Some words, like I said, passive vocabulary, right? We may not know the words, we may not know the meaning of those words, but it will be there. They would have used it there. So you will come across those new words. Sit and read it. Reading gives knowledge of the vocabulary, increases your vocabulary. So every day, at least try to find 2 to 3 words which you don't know. When you start reading those, when you start putting them in your memory, you can even take a notebook, write down the new word that you saw, write down the meaning for it. Just keep looking at it every day. So then you will not forget the new word and the meaning that you learned. The next one is listening. You can listen to the news, or you can watch a movie. Sit and watch the English movie. You will come across a lot of new words in the movie. So when you sit and listen, you will also, instead of wasting your time doing other things, you can watch a movie or sit and watch the news. You can see how they pronounce the new word that you found out, and you can learn the new word. So reading and listening. Reading is the most important thing. Listening, yes, you can do that too, but I would suggest reading is the first important thing. Read. The more you read, the more you will get to know more words, more vocabulary, and which gives you more confidence to talk to the other person, or talk to somebody else, or talk to your friend, or talk to your teacher. And when you write essays, instead of writing simple essays, you can use great new words. Delighted, happy, instead of saying happy everywhere, you can say I am delighted, I am anxious, I am excited, I am ecstatic. So those kind of words, when the in an essay, she would definitely give you more marks for all those words. So getting to know more words is more important to learn the language. Grammar is important, yes, but when you make small mistakes in grammar, it is not a big deal when you communicate. But knowing more words gives you the confidence to talk, to communicate in that. Okay, so reading and listening gives a better knowledge of more words, gives you makes you learn more words. So the world of vocabulary is increased. You get into it's very interesting to learn more words. So keep reading, keep listening, and you will definitely enhance and increase your knowledge in vocabulary. Hope I was able to give you a little bit of insight of the vocabulary and the English words. So the more reading and listening will give you insight into it. So take the and read. Okay. So thank you all for listening, joining the workshop today. And I think I touched a little bit of the vocabulary of English. There's a lot more to it. There's a lot more information to it. Hoping I will teach you a lot more in the next seminar. And thank you all so much for joining me today, and goodbye.